growth. And when I say that there's no power...
Discussions about the new frontier for investment became more intense during the U.S.-Africa Leaders Summit that held in August. To show government commitment, U.S. President Barack Obama had announced $7 billion in new financing to promote U.S. exports to and investment in Africa, while U.S. companies announced new deals in clean energy, aviation and banking worth more than $14 billion and $12 billion in new commitments under the President's Power Africa initiative from private sector partners, the World Bank and the Swedish government, making a total of $33 billion. According to the Obama administration, this will not only expand American businesses and provide resources for more developmental projects in Africa, it will also provide jobs for the millions of Americans back home.
I can tell you that we vetted this room.
The Constituency for Africa sees itself as an agent for fostering the new policy towards Africa. During a roundtable with representatives of its business community and Channels Television at the U.S. Department of Commerce, the CFA president, Melvin Foote, encouraged members to explore the opportunity of forging these relations with Africa.
CFA needs to be empowered, you know. We have the access. We wrote a lot of President Obama's Africa strategy. President George Bush PEPFAR, that came from us. $15 billion for HIV/AIDS. It came from CFA. That's where the roots are, you know. But my point is, all kinds of entrepreneurship opportunities galore out there, but we don't have access to our own community. We're not getting support from our own community to do the things that we need to do to support you.
Officials from the U.S. Department of Commerce have come armed with facts and figures.
Part of what we want to do is get all of our businesses thinking about foreign markets and looking outside of the United States for growth opportunities. And, you know, after 4 years of the NEI, I think we can all herald its success. You know, we've had year-over-year record export growth culminating with about $2.3 trillion in exports in 2013. Secretary Penny Pritzker coming in last year, what we decided we wanted to do is make sure we didn't lose the momentum. So in fact, we wanted to hit reset on the National Export Initiative.
We tag team in terms of making sure that we identify resources, that we identify opportunities, and that we can bring them to the table for the betterment of not just business writ large, but also specifically for minority-owned businesses.
The group is interested, but many here are small business owners.
But for a small business, how do they plug themselves into what's going on?
We have to focus on particular markets. You can't say we're doing Africa. You have to get your feet wet in a particular market and show a track record.
Every African in this country is an entrepreneur, even a student. But the only thing we need to do, how do we connect them, empower them? Those of us that even work for county government and so on in the name of government are not helping our communities to connect. You understand? When you fly to Africa today in the airplane, all you see are non-Africans making a hell lot of money, but the same people cannot tell Americans that Africa is good, but it's the negativity they tell people.
Channels Television's chairman and CEO, Mr. John Momo, is guest at the roundtable, and he speaks from an African perspective.
So I think it's very important for us to take the action. We have to take the action and make sure that you follow through with whatever it is that you agreed here. 1 billion Africans, 30% of those under the age of 30, a third of those within the middle income bracket, and it's together a spending power per annum of $920 billion. That's a heck of a lot of money, and we must tap into it.